أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والشمس وضحاها, by the sun and its light. والقمر إذا تلاها, and by the moon as it follows it. والنهار إذا جلاها, and by the day as it displays it. والليل إذا يغشاها, and by the night as it conceals it. وَالسَّمَاءِ وَمَا بَنَاهَا, and by the heaven and him who built it. وَالْأَرْضِ وَمَا طَحَاهَا, and by the earth and him who spread it. وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا, and by the soul and him who fashioned it. فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا, and inspired in it wickedness and righteousness. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا, he will indeed attain true success who purifies it. وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ دَسَّاهَا, and he will indeed fail who corrupts it. كَذَّبَتْ ثَمُودُ بِتَغْوَاهَا, Thamud rejected their messenger, for they were transgressors. إِذِ انبَعَثَ أَشْقَاهَا, when the most wicked among them went forth to kill the she-camel. فَقَالَ لَهُمْ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ نَاقَةَ اللَّهِ وَسُقْيَاهَا, the messenger of Allah said to them, hands off the she-camel of Allah and her drink. فَكَذَّبُوهُ فَعَقَرُوهَا فَدَمْدَمَ عَلَيْهِمْ رَبُّهُمْ بِذَنبِهِمْ فَسَوَّاهَا, but they disbelieved him and hamstrung her. So their Lord unleashed against them for their sin a punishment that reached them all. وَلَا يَخَافُ عُقْبَاهَا, and he feared not the consequences thereof. In these verses, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala swears an oath concerning the righteous soul and evil soul, by the sun and its light, and the benefits that come from it, and by the moon as it follows it, that is, as it follows it through the various positions in the sky, and the light of the moon follows the light of the sun. And by the day as it displays it, that is, the sun displays what is on the face of the earth and makes it manifest, and by the night as it conceals it, that is, it conceals the face of the earth, so that everything on it is shrouded in darkness. In this world, darkness and light, sun and moon, follow one another in a regular and precise manner that serves people's interests. This is the greatest indication that Allah has knowledge of all things, and has power over all things, and that He alone is deserving of worship. Everything that is worshipped besides Him is false. And by the heaven and him who built it, that is swearing an oath, and by the heaven and the one who built it, namely Allah. And by the earth and him who spread it, that is, he spread it out so that people would be able to benefit from it in all ways. And by the soul and him who fashioned it. It may be that what is meant by the soul here is all living creatures, because it is mentioned in general terms. Or it may be that what is meant here is an oath sworn by the soul of man, who is accountable based on what follows. Whatever the case, the soul is one of the great signs of Allah that deserve to be sworn by, for the soul is extremely subtle and light. It moves about easily, changes easily, and is influenced easily, subject to emotions such as desiring, wanting, aiming, loving, and hating. Without the soul, a body would be a mere image with nothing good in it. The fact that it is created in such a manner is one of the great signs of Allah. He will indeed attain true success who purifies it, and cleanses it of sins and faults, elevating it through obedience to Allah, attaining beneficial knowledge and doing righteous deeds. And he will indeed fail who corrupts it, that is, corrupts his noble soul, that does not deserve to be subjected to impurity through committing immoral deeds, allowing it to develop faults and commit sin, and failing to perfect it and make it grow, and indulging in that which will bring it shame and spoil it. Thamud rejected their messenger, for they were transgressors, that is, because of their transgression, rejection of the truth, and opposition to the messengers of Allah. When the most wicked among them went forth to kill the she-camel, that is, the most wicked member of the tribe, whose name was Qadar ibn Sarif, he went forth to hamstring the she-camel when they agreed to do that, and he agreed to comply with their instructions. The Messenger of Allah, namely Salih, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said to them, warning them, hands off the she-camel of Allah and her drink. That is, beware of hamstringing the she-camel of Allah, which He has made a great sign to you, and do not respond to the blessing that Allah has bestowed upon you, giving you her milk to drink, by hamstringing her. But they disbelieved their Prophet Salih and hamstrung her, so that their Lord unleashed against them for their sin a punishment that reached them all. That is, He sent upon them destruction that reached them all. He sent against them a blast from above them and an earthquake from beneath them, so that they became lifeless, with no one among them calling out or responding. That reached them all, that is, affected them all equally. And He, Allah, feared not the consequences thereof. How could the one who is the subduer fear the consequences, when no created being is beyond His subjugation and control, and He is the most wise in all that He decrees and prescribes?